The Glass Castle comes to us from the director of Short Term 12 and its star, Brie Larson, and also stars Woody Harrelson and Naomi Watts as the nonconformist parents to a family that they are constantly dragging around from abandoned house to abandoned house. They're fleeing the law, they don't really want to work, they don't want to be involved in the corporate system. They feel that that is a giant lie. We get to see young Jeanette and her brother and sisters raised in a very difficult household that is in constant motion. This is based off of the true memoir written by Jeanette Walls herself, and it's all about how hard it was to live in that type of lifestyle. And in this film, we start out in 1989 and we see adult Jeanette, played by Brie Larson, and we flash back and forth from the past to the present. There's considerable talent in front of the camera and behind it with this movie, which is why it's so disappointing that I found this film so dull and meandering. It's a film that tries to be a lot more because its story is ripe with a lot of drama and emotion, but it feels almost gutted, like they just want to focus on specific things. Her father's alcoholism was the biggest cloud that hung over their family, and so the film focuses on that quite a bit, and in so doing it gives the character Rex, portrayed by Woody Harrelson, the most development. Naomi Watts plays the mother in the film, who is a painter and nothing else really. She doesn't get paid for her work. She's perfectly fine watching her kids eat nothing but butter and sugar mixed together on a plate. This film presents all of the horrible aspects of Jeanette's youth, and every once in a while it will show what we're supposed to believe is the good. Her father uses hope as a way to convince them that they're not completely poverty-stricken. He'll look up to the stars and say, "Which one of those do you want for Christmas? I'll give it to you." And the young kids are so blinded to what's actually going on that they think that's really cool and really amazing. The issue I have with the filmmaking of these scenes is that the musical score that underlies them is trying to tell us that it's a happy moment, when it's actually rather tragic and sad. It's extremely hard to watch this father and mother basically allow their kids to not eat for days, take their money, put them in dangerous situations, and do nothing about it really. But the film keeps trying to tell us to be uplifted by these scenarios. That's not how we should be feeling while watching these situations. This movie should have been really dark and really sharp-edged. Unfortunately, it comes off like a glossy Hallmark drama where the music swells and we get really uplifted by heartwarming moments. And some people will really enjoy this film. Some of the people sitting next to me were crying their eyes out at many parts. But I found a film that could have been considerably more impactful emotionally, but it rings with no authenticity because it doesn't understand the darkness that's actually happening in these scenes. And it plays a lot of them for comedy, unfortunately, which really misses the mark. Now, that's not to say the film does not explore the darker aspects of what went on with his family. They do very much so go into the father's alcoholism. There's a really nasty situation with the grandmother that's not left alone. But all of it feels rather surface level. It never feels like they really got under the surface of just how terrible this family situation was. You see a lot of bad things happen, but you don't feel that it's happening to these characters. It just seems like we're told, well, that happened. That's unfortunate. We see the same basic scenario played out over and over and over, and it becomes so dull and one note that by the end of this movie, I had checked my watch probably 6 or 7 times. It's far too long, and whenever it flashes back to the present day, which in this case is 1989, I found myself even less interested in adult Jeanette's situation. It was just a very boring film, and it's unfortunately dull. There's a film that came out recently called Captain Fantastic with Viggo Mortensen that had similar themes. Was he taking proper care of his children by keeping them away from society? That film was different though. There was a moral ambiguity that was present in Captain Fantastic that just isn't present in The Glass Castle. As the film draws to a close, it asks you to feel a certain way about the characters, and I just couldn't feel that way. What I had seen just didn't justify that uplifted feeling. It felt too much like a Hallmark or a Lifetime Channel original movie, unfortunately. It has some good performances in it, but beyond that, it's very disappointing. I'm going to give The Glass Castle a C-. Guys, thank you so much as always for watching. Look forward to more Stephen King reviews this weekend. As always, you're the best, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmannized.